फ्रेंड्स, मेरा नाम है प्रज्ञेश निमजी और आप पढ़ रहे हैं फिजिक्स मेरे साथ। फोर्थ लेक्चर इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक फील्ड का और डेरिवेशन इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इंटेंसिटी एट एनी पॉइंट ड्यू टू डाइपोल। So let us draw the diagram for this, right? Derivation. This derivation is very typical. You must be remembering the previous two derivations that we have done. At least the conclusions of the previous two derivations. What were they? The derivations were electrical intensity at axial line of the dipole. Second one, perpendicular line of the dipole, right? And then we have this third derivation, electric field intensity at any point on the dipole. So let us start with. So let us say we have been given a dipole, right? And I want to calculate electric field intensity at a point K. I want to calculate electric field intensity at a point K. Now, in the previous two derivations, what did we do? We did find electric field intensity at a point, right? Let's say axial line. So we found electric field intensity due to positive charge, then due to negative charge, we did algebraic simplifications. For the second derivations on the perpendicular line, right? What did we do? Again, due to negative charge, electric field due to positive charge, and then the algebraic simplification. Here will not do so. Here we represent this dipole with the physical quantity dipole moment P. We don't consider charges individually. In fact, we consider complete dipole and represent it with a dipole moment P. Right? So now in this derivation, whenever I speak word dipole, it represents a dipole moment P. So this topic, it gets slightly modified as electric field intensity at any point due to dipole moment P, right? So electric field intensity at a point K, whatever this we considered, we should write down in words. Dipole is represented by a dipole moment P, right? The dipole is represented by a dipole moment P. Now I want to calculate the electric field intensity at a point K. To calculate electric field intensity at a point K, due to dipole, or you can also say dipole moment at point K, what do? I resolve K, we resolve dipole into rectangular components. What will be those rectangular components? Let us see. So this dipole moment is resolved into rectangular component. The one rectangular component will be the acting along the direction of the K. Let us say the center of the dipole is O. So one of the rectangular component will be along the OK, and that component will be P cos theta. If this is the angle theta given, right? Then the component of the dipole along the OK will be P cos theta. And another component which will be in the perpendicular direction, which will be P sin theta. Let us write down this in words. It will help us to understand and make our presentation good. So, resolve dipole into rectangular components, right? So, we note down component along OK, and another component will be along, let's say this is the L I take, so along OL. So what is the component along OK? Along the OK it is P cos theta, and component along OL is P sin theta. Right? So these are the two components of the dipole moment. Now these components now I will calculate electric field at K due to P cos theta and due to P sin theta. Let us see. So electric field at K, it will be due to P cos theta electric field due to this component, right? And electric field due to this component P sin theta. Let us find out the values of this and this. So what will be the value? P sin theta. Directions will not talk about, we'll just consider magnitudes here. Direction we'll discuss at the end of this derivation, right? This is a vector equation, and this vector equation now I will resolve in the magnitude form. Directions we'll see at the last. So what will be the value of E? P sin theta, right? So it will be for this dipole or for this dipole moment, K is on the perpendicular line. Let us write down those statements. Let us, what will be those statements? K is on axial line of P cos theta, and K is on perpendicular line of P sin theta, right? K is on axial line of this dipole and it is on the perpendicular line of this dipole. So what will be the value of P sin theta? Since it is on the perpendicular line, what is the formula for the perpendicular line? You should remember the formula at least. With every derivation, formula must be remembered. It will be Kp by R cube and the sin theta term, right? Sin theta term, right? Similarly, what will the electric field due to this cos component? 2 Kp by R cube cos theta. This is the value of the electric field at K due to P cos theta component and due to P sin theta component. What will be its net resultant? So P cos theta, what will be the direction of the EP cos theta? What will be its direction? Then we will be able to determine what is the resultant of these two. So this is on the axial line, so the direction will be along the dipole moment, EP cos theta. And for this, the direction will be in the opposite to that of the dipole moment. On the perpendicular line, the direction is opposite. You must again remember this. So EP sin theta, right? Now, next. So from this geometry, we conclude that the resultant is in this direction. Electric field, its resultant will be given by this direction. So now if we find out the resultant, hence resultant electric field at K, right, it will be given by P sin theta square plus electric field due to cos component square. Here we can clearly see that the angle is 90 degree, right? So with this we can simplify using this parallelogram law of vectors. So putting the value square root, if we shift, right? So the P sin theta, it has a value Kp by R cube sin theta, its whole square, plus 2Kp by R cube cos theta whole square. Simplifying this further, it will leave Kp by R cube outside the square root, and within the square root I will have sin square theta plus 4 cos square theta. This is the electric field at point K. Electric field at point K. This is the value of electric field at the point K, right? Magnitude. Now coming to the direction. What will be the direction? So for direction, let us say we assume that the net electric field, it is making direction alpha with the EP cos theta. So parallelly shifting this component in this direction and applying the formula for tan alpha, right? Perpendicular is P sin theta and base is cos theta. Again substituting their values, what do we get? Kp by r cube sin theta upon 2kp by r cube cos theta. This kp gets cancelled, r cube gets cancelled, hence tan alpha will be half of tan theta. This formula you can utilize to find out the direction. So we have electric field intensity at any point due to dipole on the axial line, at any point due to dipole, right? At any point K, we have done this derivation. Let us see some special cases. So let us say if the K is the first case, if K is on axial line. If the K is on axial line, that means here, if it is on the axial line, then what will be the value of theta? 0 degree. If we substitute 0 degree, what will be the electric field? It will be given by sin 0 is 0, cos 0 is 1, square root of 4 is 2. So 2 kp by r cube. So this will be. Even the direction can be obtained. If we put the values of theta, then direction will also can be obtained. Then if K is on perpendicular line. So for perpendicular line, what will be the value of theta? 90 degrees, right? So how will this general equation be modified? So it will be sin 90 is 1, this is 0. So it will be kp by r cube. If you refer or if you remember the previous derivations, those two derivations can be obtained from this derivation, right? So this we can say it is a general derivation to find electric field due to dipole. If you have liked, if you have enjoyed, please comment, share, subscribe. Thank you.